Indian movies have always had a key role in defining the culture and values of our society. The topic, honor killing, has been an epidemic that has plagued the Indian society for centuries. Through the lens of an anthology movie by four brilliant directors of Tamil industry, the movie Paava Kadhaigal tells us the different, heart-wrenching stories of honor killing in Indian society. By washing dishonor through blood, the movie poses the different perspectives at which Indian society stands at the morale of honor killing. This Tamil anthology movie, Paava Kadhaigal, starts with the opening movie Thangam, directed by Sudha Kungara. Thangam tells the story of a Muslim trans woman, Sattar, who is irrevocably in love with the Hindu childhood friend Sarvanan, whom she affectionately calls as her Thangam, which in Tamil means gold or precious. The story told from the eyes of Sattar portrays her unrequited love, her yearning for acceptance, for a better life where she is accepted for who she is and where she is not judged or taunted on her gender. Despised by all, by village and her own family, Sattar immensely loved her Thangam Sarvanan. However, he only saw Sattar as his close friend and instead falls in love with Sattar's Muslim sister, Saira. This love triangle between the three gets even more heart-wrenching when Sattar helps the Hindu-Muslim duo to elope, giving all her hard-earned money that she had saved in order to get a sex reassignment surgery done. Even though Hindu-Muslim marriage is seen as a taboo in Indian society, however, transgenders are seen as even a greater taboo. And thus, Sattar is ousted from her village and she sacrifices herself to the goons of the village after her own mother asks her to die instead of killing her family in humiliation, signifying who the true Thangam or the gold-hearted in the story is. The fate of every transgender person in India is the same like Sattar. It is reported that every 10 transgender individuals in India face sexual abuse before turning 18. Like Sattar, many are thrown out of their own homes or are abused by their own family in the name of honor. I quote, "Go kill yourself instead of killing your family in humiliation for who you are." I unquote. This hard-hitting line from the story summarizes the fate of all transgender people whose family put gender identity above everything else, whose honor lies in the gender of the individuals, who does not hesitate or think twice before serving their transgender children to death or to an uncertain future. The second movie, Love Panutranam, directed by Vignesh Shivan, which means leave if they love, is a story of two sisters struggling to convince their father to allow them to marry their loved ones. The father, who is a feudal village lord, finally accepts one's love affair. However, the other sister had to give up her love and her life for the same. The father also fears the other daughter's lesbian friend who was forced to leave and who was manhandled. This story clearly depicts that though we are developing every day and though we are living in an advanced century, we are still intolerant to intercaste marriage and homosexuality. And in many cases, the punishment for one's choice is sadly death. Even in real life, comparing the instances from the movie, such cases have flooded the news headlines. On 2nd January, a man was killed in Haryana over an intercaste marriage. One girl was left to die on Wasai beach in an honor-killing attempt as she was in love with a man from another community. Such cases have flooded Indian society, and there are numerous cases that portrays how the Indian society is intolerant to intercaste marriage and homosexuality. The third movie in the anthology series is titled Ban Magal, directed by Gautam Vasudev Menon. Ban Magal tells the story of an Indian household whose 12-year-old daughter is a victim of sexual abuse, and the story portrays how the family sails through the dishonor and the prying eyes of the Indian society. The story brings in a parallel front line between the two daughters of the family, wherein on one hand, a puberty ceremony is thrown for the older daughter, announcing to the world that she is now a woman and the honor of the family. Whereas on the other hand, the dishonor that is automatically attached when the younger daughter is defiled. For purity and honor are two words that women are conditioned to carry on until their death. Child rapes and sexual abuses are not new to Indian society. For child as young as 3-year-old are raped by the hour. Women are seen as the torchbearers of honor of their family, and they are put under shame when they are violated for the rest of their lives. For India values honor over life and freedom. Oor Iravu, directed by Vetrimaran. Oor Iravu, as the word suggests, talks about that night, which witnesses a pregnant woman being poisoned by a father, killing her along with an unborn child to restore his family's honor. The fourth and the last day of the anthology shows Sumati reuniting with her estranged father Janki Raman, years after she married Hari, a man belonging to a lower caste. The father and the daughter, who loved each other dearly, gets emotional on the reunion, and Sumati goes to a village for a baby shower in utmost happiness and joy. However, it is revealed that the father who loved his daughter dearly kills her by adding poison to her drinking water and refuses to even call the doctor as she begs for her own life and that of her unborn child. As they say, real events are indeed inspired from real events. In June 2020, a 20-year-old girl named Divya, who fell in love with a man belonging to a backward caste, was throttled to death by her parents at Shantinagar in Jogalamba Gadwal district of Hyderabad, as they discovered she was pregnant. The entire emphasis and pressure that the Indian society lays upon honor and dignity questions the very stance and what honor killing all entails about. The patriarchal society for centuries have saddled women with the responsibility of being the torch bearers of honor of their families and society, censoring their lives, choice and freedom in the process. Through the lens of Paava Kadhaigal, telling how honor killing goes about through different perspectives and through different stories, it is high time that we open our eyes to look upon the flaws of Indian society, to put a stop to honor killing, saying enough is enough, for life is indeed important than any honor and dignity.